this thing on? Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. Yes, this is not really a show of any type. This is sort of impromptu by me. X Daily introduction not needed. I think you guys know who I am by now. Just kind of wanted to do a quick video. I apologize in advance. I'm hosting this one on my own, so if my voice or if I skip out or anything, you'll know why. It's because my computer can't. I'm hoping it can handle just me. That is my hope, but we'll see. So I just kind of wanted to do a video for the 239. Everybody, really. We're coming up on a year here. We started this thing, 10 months ago. And I'll be honest, when I got the message from some of the guys and they're like, hey, we're starting this thing up, I didn't really know what to make of it. Because, it had been so long and, life and different things. I didn't know exactly what was going to become of it, what it was going to be, and that was 10 months ago. And, man, I'm so freaking happy that I did end up, coming on board. I signed up part-time in season 0. Again, just not really knowing what was going to happen and just, kind of looking to play and not looking to do anything. And, here we are now. So, basically I'm doing this video for everybody, man. I mean, this is basically just a shout out to 239. And we are doing so many amazing things here. To think season 0 was like 25 guys. And now, we're at 100, and again, it hasn't even been a year. In one game, we've been able to, really take the league from what it was, as a small startup to having a summer season nonetheless that has 12 teams. I'm just absolutely floored. And I kind of wanted to, do this video or this, message, whatever you want to call it, for everyone here. Because really, man, like this stuff, what we're doing is not possible if not for, the 239 family. I mean, you guys understand that everything that we do as a media team doesn't work if it's not for you guys. So I can't, I'm here to just thank everybody. I can't thank the 239 family enough. I mean, we're sitting here looking at my ugly mug literally every Thursday and, the feedback, holy shit. Like I get so much feedback every single night we do a show, man. I got G chats. Every time I do a prediction thread, I've got people sending me messages. To me, putting the time and the effort and doing all that stuff and to know that, you guys and gals are reading and listening, and not just reading and listening, but actually taking what I'm saying and, like, hey, fuck your prediction. You suck dick. Which is, not the dick sucking part, but like my predictions being shitty. It's cool, man. It's just, it motivates me more, and makes me want to continue to do this all the time. I have a great time doing it. I get to do this with some of my best friends, which is awesome. Not to mention, the friendships that you make along the way. It's great. I've met and so many good people doing this, playing a game. And it's awesome. I think most people by now know, you message me, I'm going to respond. Shout out to McSwagger. Sorry about that, buddy. But more often than not, you shoot me a G chat, I'm going to respond. I make myself available. I love the feedback. I love everything. But this is deeper than me, man. And like, that's kind of why I wanted to do this, because there's so many people that allow this to happen. So many people. And like, I know we call it do on the show, but I basically wanted to do a video and just kind of like, give the due to the people who deserve it. Like the people that you may or may not know, some of these names, again, you may not. So yeah, I'm just gonna jump into it. So let's start out, man. Sniper 2070. Sniper is one of the quiet admins on the site. He does a ton of stuff having to do with the behind the scenes shit, the shit nobody wants to do. That's him. He helps us out with the WordPress. Shout out to him, man. Like without him, we wouldn't be able to do this. He solved our hacker problem. You guys remember that from months back where we had all the Russians, as Hugh likes to call them. Without him, we'd still be having these issues. So shout out to him, man. He's a great guy and playing a little forward this season. Hopefully, you guys can turn it around. So very, 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 very cool. So shout out to Sniper. Next, man, DJ, I Soldier Up, as most of you guys know him. DJ basically does all the behind the scenes stuff, from schedule changes to updating rosters and different things like that. All the little bitch stuff that nobody wants to do. DJ does it and doesn't get enough credit for it. On top of that, he's doing Pass the Bleach now. I mean, that's fucking a job in itself. On top of that, he's got a little guy at home. Shout out to the little man. So again, it's so much shit that goes on a daily basis, and DJ does a lot of that stuff. He makes himself available. He doesn't think he's better than any single person on the site. So shout out to him, man. Without DJ, a lot of that stuff doesn't go either. And none of the guys on the media team, none of the guys, admin, know that I'm doing this video right now. I did it now because I assumed everybody was either watching Game of Thrones or playing a series, because there's 3 games tonight. So that's why I chose to do it now. I see there's a couple of viewers. I didn't know if there was going to be viewers. I know I did a live stream for it, but yeah. So shout out to DJ, man. Freaking awesome. Follow that up, 37 in a row. Silent Assassin, also part of the media team, man. 37 is kind of like the glue, and we get into our stuff, and I don't think you guys understand, man. Like, we are talking all day, every day. Some days more than others about league stuff. Some days we don't talk about anything league related, but the juices are always flowing, man. 37's back. They're always giving his input, just trying to make the league better. He's been doing them forever. So, shout out to 37, man. Super amazing part to our team. So shout out to him. That leads me into the one and only Hugh Laurie. Guys, like, Hugh Laurie, I mean, I don't know how to say this, man. Like, without him, I probably wouldn't be here. Like, all actuality, like, I probably wouldn't have come back and started getting into gaming into competitive NHL if it wasn't for him. It was him and what he embodied that made the old league so great. And when he stopped being in charge of that league is when I left, because to me, it wasn't the same. And it was hard. It was hard for me to get a grasp. And yes, they tried to keep the same mindset and tried to keep the same culture, but it just didn't stick because of the piece that you lost. So when Hugh Laurie left, and again, this isn't, whatever, this is just the truth. It wasn't the same for me. So that's kind of when I was like, I can't do it anymore. Like, I just, it's not the same. So I went and did the LG and the whole thing, and I stopped playing in the other league, and then I came back and I did play a season with none of the guys that I originally played with there, and I just didn't have as much fun. So I was ready to pack it in. I'm busy as is, man, and didn't have time. But Hugh Laurie, honestly, no joke, is probably the biggest reason that I decided to come back to league. So, I'm super pumped that he decided to do this, because, again, I'm having right now the most fun that I've had playing NHL in a long time. And this goes back to, dude, when I was playing on the Dream and different, I mean, this is literally the most fun that I'm having. So shout out to Hugh, man, because like I said, without you, man, I really wouldn't even be doing this right now at all. So shout out to him. Follow that up, man, with Yambag. Fuck. Me and Yam literally are always talking, literally. Sometimes about the league, sometimes not, but we're always in communication, like all the time. He busts my balls. I bust his balls. But the biggest thing with Yambag is, guys, you have to understand everything that he does, every decision he makes, everything that he says is always with the league in mind. I can't tell you that enough. I know that there's this perception that Yambag that, But I'm telling you guys, like, just working with him, yes, don't get me wrong, Yam can push buttons, and he knows exactly how to fucking push mine. But at the end of the day, this guy does tremendous things for the league. As far as ideas, different things, you know, he helps me with media, and saying, hey, let's get it up, man. Let's get that fucking post up there. Let's get the post up. We need people to know about the show. He's the biggest supporter of media, and he helps on the shows when he can, but he is a supporter of the media team out there. So, and guys, again, his goal is just to make this fucking thing great. And we truly have something special here. Like, I can't even stress it enough. There's something about it. There's just this certain, it's special. And again, Yambag is a super big part of that. So I know he's gotten a bad rap in the past, but guys, Yambag is here for the betterment of the league. You're not always going to like what he has to say, but he is truly here for the betterment of the league. So shout out to Yam, man. I love working with the guy every day. Awesome, awesome dude. And again, here to just make the league great. That's what it is. I'm going to give a shout out here to the OG Magilla. You know, Magilla's been with us for the whole thing, man. He's been in these leagues with Hugh and Yam before but shout out to him, man, because he's, again, same sort of thing. Betterment of the league, always. Magilla's kind of that guy who's always looking to make the league better. When nobody was doing video clips, he was the guy cutting them. He was the guy doing them. And you know, shout out to Mr. Hollywood too. He did a ton of stuff here as well, getting the media to where it has to, you know, where it is today. You know, it's a lot of the stuff that he implemented that we're still using. And if it wasn't for him, you know, we wouldn't be doing live hangout streams. So Mr. Hollywood is a big part as to why we're able to do what we do as well. But, you know, Magilla kind of kept that clip thing going, making sure that those top 10s were getting out and making sure that, you know, we were getting clips. He's watching hours and hours of footage and doesn't get enough freaking credit for it. And, you know, not to mention captains every year, shows up, he's competitive. So, you know, shout out to Magilla, man. Like, again, another guy that's just absolutely awesome for the league. And I think that's the biggest thing with every single one of them. You guys are all great. 239 Family's great. But again, these are just guys behind the scenes doing stuff. So I'm just trying to give everybody a little bit of due right now. And I see my video cutting out. So I do apologize about that. Next is going to be, I'm going to throw it out, Shock, a.k.a. Chaos Rider, a.k.a. #1 plug, man. Here's another guy who has been with us for seemingly ever. You know, we all kind of lost touch for a bit, but, you know, you find your way back, and he's captained every season. He's always putting out, you know, competitive rosters. He's showing up, all this while doing multiple leagues. And that's another thing, guys. Like, we are not trying to deter you from doing other leagues. Our goal here is never to compete. We're not competing with other leagues. Like, we are in our own little world, and that's where we're at. You know, we want to welcome everybody, and you know, that we can, and that's why we have the guidelines and the rules that we have. But you know, we're not here to compete with anybody. So, you know, we just want people that are here. You know, this is kind of our baby. This is what we're about. This is my home, and this is my #1 focus. So, you know, we have different rules and stuff set into place. But even with all that, man, Shock makes it work. He's doing media with us. He's got a new show rolling out with Pale, which I keep forgetting to plug. 239 Primetime, man. That show is going to be awesome. They're going to break down a series every week. Nice 30-minute spot. But again, you know, because of that, you know, we're just adding so much stuff. I mean, this is like its own little ESPN, and I'm just loving it right now. So shout out to him. Next guy, Middle Garen, aka Rob, man. He's pretty new to the team. He's on Yambag's team. He's a goalie, but the plays of the week, when you hear those voiceovers, those legit ass voiceovers, dude, that's Middle. That's him. That's clean. That's fresh. That's awesome. Shout out to him. You know, I'm not necessarily invested in that, but I know how tough that is to do that. I really, really do. Hold on one sec. Okay, cool. Had to take that, but you know, shout out to Middle, because he's new to the team, and again, it's just so weird. Like, you know, this culture, like, people are buying in, and it's like, we're not making any of these guys do this. Guys like Middle, like, spending time doing voiceover. We're not making Middle do that. You know, he wants to do that. He chooses to do that, and the product's awesome. And I've said it for a while. I think what we're doing here is so special, and the reason is because every single person on this team, wants to be here and wants to do this. No one's being forced to do this. We're not making anybody do this. Everybody's making a choice. And I think that's why the product has been so great. And obviously the support of the 239 family is another big reason for that. So shout out to Middle, man. Keep it up, dude. You sound fucking amazing on those voiceovers. I love it. I absolutely love every second of it. So shout out to him. Next guy on my list here, AC, dude. Okay. So AC is literally a big reason as to why I'm doing media as well. When shit kind of went down, man, and we were needing a little direction, AC really helped guide me. As you know, I'm like technology derp at times when it comes to certain things, and he really helped me get the show situated so that we could continue to do the Thursday Throwdown every week. And you know, because of that, we're able to do it. You know, nicest dude in the world, always contributing, always trying to help the league. He was adminning, helping us for a while. Obviously, real life takes over, and we all understand that. But he still, even past that, is always helping us every single week, and I absolutely love it. You know, so shout out to him, man. Again, another piece. Without him, the thing doesn't go. It doesn't work. So I can't stress it enough, man. I'm so happy that he's back with us on media. Fucking absolutely ecstatic. So shout out to AC, man. Next, Chew Therapy. It's always fun when one of your best friends can be in the league with you, and not just that, but now doing media and contributing to something that you love. And I knew when I brought Chew over here that he was gonna be a big part of what we're doing. Yambag and Hugh and the admins can attest to that. I said it. I said this is a guy that you're really gonna want in this league, because not only is he a good player, but I know what he brings on other levels, and I know that he's going to contribute. And sure enough, he did, right? Right away. We had the season 2 Jello time, which might very well be the most fun I've ever had in a season. That was so much fun. I had so much fun season 2. So shout out to Chew, man, just really, buying into what we're doing and putting out great product. And congratulations, man, on the Twitch stream, guys. This is a guy who's, doing this as a hobby and was recognized enough to the point where they're like, you know what, man, hey, we're going to make you a partner. And so now he's got that nice sub button. I know I'm going to be hitting the sub button, man, because there's nobody more deserving of that than him. He streams every night. He's on there. He's always putting games up. So guys, twitch.tv/Chew Therapy, make sure you check him out. He's always got something going on. So shout out to him, absolutely phenomenal. Sober Enough. I remember when Sober came to me and said that he wanted to do a show. I was like, I don't quite know what to make of it, but I'm going to let you run with it, man. And that's the biggest thing is, giving these guys creative control to be themselves. And fuck, Sober Elitist is literally my favorite show. I love it. I work Friday nights, I close, but on my drive home, it is what I listen to. Number one thing, phenomenal. I love it. And him and Esoteric, who I'll get to in a minute, they're absolutely great. The shows are informative, fucking phenomenal. I can't say enough about it. The championship belt, that was an idea that, Eso brought to the table. And, obviously there's financing that comes with that. And Sober jumped at the chance to help out with that. So shout out to him. We have this awesome physical championship belt. Because a couple guys in the league really wanted to pitch in, and it's something that separates us. And that's the biggest thing is we have all these contributors and all over the United States, all over Canada, all over the place, and just, really buying into what we're doing and trying to improve what we're doing. So, and Sober's just another one of those guys. So shout out to him. They're doing shows every week, not missing shows, not late to shows like some people. But, shout out to him, man. It's just another avenue. It's just another place where, you can come and watch something 239. There's something 239 going on every night of the week. If there's not a media show, somebody's streaming, guys and gals, this is special stuff that we're doing each and every week. I can't stress it enough. It's absolutely phenomenal. And Sober, you guys are doing great on that show. So shout out to him. Next here, new guy, Pixel, man. I mean, Pixel's doing so much with the site. I can't even tell you how excited I am for that. It's going to give us so much more capability, no more aid stats. You guys are going to have career stats. You're going to have so many different features, and I've seen what the scoreboard can do firsthand, and I love it. Absolutely love it. The pylon feature, I cannot fucking wait for that. I already have an article for the forums, so I'm excited to do that. So shout out to Pixel, man. We're throwing a lot at him. We want to see this, we want to see this, we want to see this. And every time we say it, this guy's like, yep, I can do that. We'll work that in, we'll work on that. And, to me, it's just fucking phenomenal. And I just love it. And again, I can't stress it enough. Like, you have these people who, like, nobody's getting paid to do this. Like, we're doing this. He's doing this because he wants you. And again, it's just all these crazy collaborative minds that have been playing these NHL games for so many years are really piecing together to make one really great league. And I think that's what 239 truly is. So I absolutely freaking am like ecstatic right now with what's going on. And Pixel's a big part of that and letting us take the next step. So it's amazing. So shout out to him. He's got to get it. Next up, man, Esoteric, dude. Everybody knows this is like literally one of my guys, one of my best friends, man. He is phenomenal. Him and Sober ran with it. They do that a Sober Elitist show. I didn't know what to expect. But again, show's phenomenal. I mean, this guy, I don't know if you guys know this, like him and I talk all day, every day, sometimes about baseball. A lot of it's about league. And his creative juices are even crazier than mine, like literally even crazier. And I think that I'm out there shooting out ideas, but there are some guys on this media team who are just shooting out ideas left and right. And he's one of them, man. He is always coming up with, how crazy would it be if we did this? How awesome would it be if we did this? And that's just how he is. And I fucking love it. And he's another guy, and Yam and Hugh can attest to this. Like, when these guys came in, I said, I'm like, listen, like, he's going to be a big part of what we're doing. And he is. And I bust his balls all the time because, like, that's just what I do. But at the same time, the belt wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. Shout out to him getting that all taken care of and running with it. I mean, it's phenomenal, dude. It's absolutely phenomenal. Like, to have an idea. Like, here's the thing: we always have ideas, but making an idea like an actual reality, like, or, oh, wouldn't it be cool if we did this? But then, like, us is like, no, listen, we're gonna actually do that. We're not gonna like talk about it. We're gonna fucking go and do it. And next thing I know, he's like, hey, we're gonna do this thing. I'm like, all right, cool. And then like a day later, he's like, yeah, we're gonna put the names of the captains on there. I'm like, okay, cool. And then the day later, he's like, yeah, I found a way for them to do the logo on there too. And I'm just like, dude, like, what the fuck? Like, I wouldn't even think of that. And then, after that, he's like, hey, it only does 2 plaques on the belt. How can we make a way to, store the plaques afterwards? And we start thinking about that. He's just always looking for advancement. So shout out to him, man. Great addition, a great friend too. I think that's the coolest thing, is getting to do this with some of your best friends. I mean, it's awesome. It's an awesome experience. And it's, again, all this is just to make our league, even better. And so I can't thank him enough for that, for being a huge part of it. It's amazing, really. So I got a couple more names, man. I know I've been talking. I didn't even want it to go this long, but I mean, it just kind of happened. So, but yeah, so I'm moving on, man, to my Thursday Throwdown team. I'm going to start with Agent. So Agent's a guy, man, when, we were kind of, shit happened. I won't go into it, but like media was always been a big thing for leagues, and it's a big draw, man. I think it's awesome to go on media and potentially hear your name or hear them bash you or hear them talk about you, whatever. And media is a big part of what we do here. And I was kind of like, fuck, like, I'm short guys. And here's Agent comes up to me. He's like, dude, I'll do media with you. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I didn't really know the guy. I'm like, never really talked to him. And he was like, kind of like, his first season didn't really play much. So I was like, how the fuck is this guy going to contribute to our conversations and stuff like that? And he came on and it was flawless, man. Like, holy shit. Like, Mark is so funny, first and foremost. Like, he's hilarious. Stephen A. Smith of our show, that's the joke in the Thursday Throwdown thread. He is the Stephen A. Smith of our show. He will bust balls. He doesn't care who you are. He doesn't care what you've done. He doesn't care how long you've been in the league. And I fucking absolutely love it, man. It's just so good to have him on the show. I love it. I know he's been busy with work, so he hasn't been on the last couple, but when he's on there, man, he's bringing grade A shit, and he's just so fucking good at what he does. I absolutely love having him. Love having him on my team. Love getting to work with him every week and hearing his ideas. So I'm super, super pumped for that. So shout out to him, man. Like, awesome. And dude, and fuck, man, why my computer suck dick? I see it keep fucking cutting out. It's all right. It's not that serious, but I'm just saying it sucks dick. Moving on is newcomer ability. Ability, man, like, it was so weird because I was in the chat box one day, and again, like, I have no problem talking with anybody. I'm very approachable. I'm a goofball on the show and everything, but seriously, like, I am super, like, I love hearing from you guys, whatever. And Ability, aka Ryan Reynolds, just kidding, it's Randall, but we still love him. Anyways, comes to me, he's like, yeah, man. He's like, oh, I'm not going to sign up. I'm like, why aren't you signing up, man? You had a great year last year, whatever. He's like, oh, I don't know, blah, 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 whatever. You know, I didn't know the reasons, whatever. I'm like, you should sign up, man. You had a great year. And he's like, well, I'll sign up if you let me do media. I'm like, done. Fuck, come on the show, dude. Not a problem. And like, never really knew it was going to happen, but I know this, when he popped onto our show day one, instant chemistry. He didn't know what, but he brought this sort of charisma and definite entertainment to it. And he brought an aspect that we really lacked. And he loves the stats and the numbers. And he gets to be that guy on our show. And I love it. And then on top of that, every week, the comedic value, I mean, it's absolutely insane. I can't stress it enough, man. And I got news today that he's going to be with us full time come season 5. And that's when a lot of this shit is rolling out. So it's super, super, huge for me to know that he's going to be there with me. The banter that we have, he's another guy who doesn't give a fuck about who you are. He didn't care who I am. He didn't care what I've done. He doesn't care what D-Mart's done, all that. He's going to let you know what he thinks. And it's phenomenal. And I think it makes for really entertaining stuff. So shout out to Ability, man. Love working with the guy. Him and I talk all the fucking time. Just trying to make the league better. Again, like, you guys don't understand the behind the scenes stuff that goes into it. It's just, it's phenomenal. It truly, truly, truly is phenomenal. The things that we're doing week in and week out. And the collaborative minds. I mean, how many names have I mentioned? There's 15 people, 20 people, that's, right now, 20% of our league is working on media to try and make it better. And I think it speaks volumes to what we're doing. So shout out to him, man. So looking forward to working with you and some of the projects and stuff that we have coming up. We got some more stuff coming up, guys. It's amazing. It really is. So shout out to him. I'm glad he's on the team. Fuck, I've been talking for like ever. Sorry. Like, I'm a notes guy, as most of you know. Like, when you watch my shows, I always like write shit down and I'm looking down. But this last name on this list, man, that I want to shout out to is Pale Poner. As most of you guys know, like, Pale's kind of like my number 2 guy when it comes to the throwdown, man. Again, kind of with Agent, we didn't know what was going to happen with media. We didn't know, what was going on, where it was going to go. And I was kind of left sitting there shaking my head, like, what do we do? I don't know how to do the top 10 stuff, and people love that. I don't know how to do the voiceovers. I don't know how to do fucking anything. And then Pale, who had been in the league 1 year, and I barely had a brief conversation with, was like, yeah, man, I'll do Throwdown with you. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And again, I'm sitting here, I'm like, fuck, like, I know a lot of guys in the league. How are these guys who don't know the players gonna contribute? And I was fucking wrong. Like, I was so wrong, because like, he pops in and this guy knows fucking more than I do. He knows more than I do. I like to think that I know shit, even though most of you will argue I don't. I like to think that I do. And he pops in, and it was like instant chemistry, man. And like, between him and I, and he's another big reason that the show is so good. He's always paying attention. He always knows what's going on. It's the reason, guys, that he competes every year. It's because he knows what's going on in this league. But he's the one behind the scenes cutting films, making those clips, going through all that stuff, making the top 10s. And I can't even stress it enough, man. Working full-time job and doing that, like, it's so fucking big, man. And he does it. And again, he's not getting paid to do it. Shout out to him as well, with the contributions financially to the belt. Like, that belt wouldn't be there if it wasn't for Pale. That belt wouldn't be there if it wasn't for Esoteric. That belt wouldn't be there if it was for Sober. So with that being said, like, I mean, Pale is literally hitting on all cylinders. Why? It's because I really feel he truly believes in what we're doing here. You know, and again, I can't stress it enough, and I've said that a couple times. But shout out to him, man, because he's been my rock. And, you know, I look at it now and I see, you know, before it was, you know, Yam, me, Agent, Pale, McGilla, and now it's all the aforementioned names. And the what we have, I mean, it's phenomenal. So, yeah, I just want to shout out to each one of those guys individually, because again, it's really tough to know who's doing what. And I wanted to make sure that, you know, those guys get their due and let them know, because I thank them all the time. I thank everybody all the time, because again, you guys do so much. But I wanted to call you out each individually and let you know that I appreciate everything you do, because without you guys and the extra work that you do, this doesn't work. And again, I said it before, what we're doing here is fucking special. It really is. I mean, season 0, we had 4 teams, 25 guys. We're in season 4 in the heat of summer, and we have 12 teams. We have our biggest season ever in the time of the year that we shouldn't. And that's in 10 months. We've grown the league over 400%. You know, to me, this is huge. And it's just the culture that we've built. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody plays with everybody. And this, to me, is why I'm here, and why I'm back. And this is why I went from being a part-time player to captaining every year, working a full-time job, juggling my family, and finding time to do the media shows and do write-ups and do everything. It's because I really, really believe what we're doing is special, and it doesn't work without each and every single one of you guys. So shout out to 239, man. I'm not going to go anymore. I'm done. I'm going to post this probably on the front page for everyone to see it, because again, this is just a message to the league and those individuals that, you know, we are doing something great here. We have more to come, and 239 is just going to keep getting better and better and better. And I hope each and every one of you stays along for the ride. I'll conclude with, I want the belt. I'm coming for it. And I can't say anything else. And if I win it, I'm going to strap that thing on this big old chest every single week. So yeah, that's how I conclude it, man. Again, thank you guys. Thank you, 239 family. Your feedback, your messages, they don't go unread. Like I said, I try and respond to every single one of you. Keep them coming. Let us know how we can be better. But shout out to everybody. Fucking A, man. Let's make season 4 great. Let's keep it up. Shout out to Gunny. Gunny, stick with it, man. You never know. I've seen crazier shit happen. So shout out to Gunny and the boys. Shout out to everybody, man. Good luck in your guys' series tonight. I'll probably post this on the front page for everyone to see. I'll put a disclaimer on there if you don't want to see that it's not like a normal show, so you don't go ahead and watch the whole fucking thing and be like, oh, that was disappointing. But this is just kind of a message to the league. So shout out to each and every one of you. Sorry for the video input lag. It's my computer. I love you all. Peace.